You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new unfamiliar awareness. Once you've expanded enough to reach her, there is a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing, electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness, in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman, and when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in a milky fog. Her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you. Ugh.
Have you come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think.
Oh my god, I'm talking to a dead dwarf. Oh my god. How are you able to speak to me? What do I want to do? I think I survived. Yeah, straight to the point. I want some help.
Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Called them. Those days are all behind, you know?
Oh, yeah, because you are now a dead man. You said souls break apart over time.
Oh, yes. Entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again. But less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think.
She clicks her tongue. How? It's all been chewed out by wasps. I need to understand something that happened to me. She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there?
But yeah, I'm talking to a dead person.
You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay.
I have no idea what a watcher is. Tell me, what's a watcher?
What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how.
Oh my lord.
A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies, see memories even their owner can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well, a wonder.
Oh man, that is so cool. So I've now got superpowers, I can read people.
Me?
What about her?
I'll bore you to tears, though.
What's an animancer?
A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. happening.
she's so sad.
To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are.
Oh, man says bad animancers.
But the best of us, the best? Inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turn their lives
Oh,
around.
that's nice.
You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research, no? I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear.
Oh my lord, so I sort of know what happened to her. So let's have I had other questions.
Of course, dear.
What do you mean when all goes well?
Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks. Oh.
You should see old Nerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Cadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the...
Right, so we need to Cad Noir, beyond the Black Meadow. Okay, thank you very much, Kaldar.
Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Kaldara closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place of waiting. I was granted Crucible of the Soul. Boom! Adolf looks at you through narrowed eyes. Are you alright? You seem lost just now. Do I want to confide in him? I don't know what he's going to be like. Ah, screw it. His arch eyebrows receding to his hood. Well, that is interesting. And I expect this has something to do with the hooded figure in the ruins, In any case, I appreciate your honesty. Since we're travelling together, it's probably wise for us to share these things. Do you know anything about Watchers? Only that they're rare and that they seem to have unique insights in certain soul conditions, he coughs, as you just demonstrated. Oh, can I do it to him?
17 and a half.
What? What do you mean 17 and a half? I smell a pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its ways into your nostrils. Your face traces the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-coloured hair, leaning against a mossy rock, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, it could be 18, depending on how you count the dwarf woman.
I'm sorry?
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta.
What are you talking about?
The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. So to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
What makes you think I was interested in the dwarf woman? He looks at you a moment, his brow arched, his back broadens. Well, he probably saw me do it.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radrick at first.
Impossible, I don't draw half as much. Ha, so you're already familiar. Still, you have to forgive my curiosity. Around here we prefer to turn a blind eye to our dead. I've been out of sorts lately. Of course, we all got our bad days when we stand perfectly still and stare at corpses for a while without blinking. He winks. Do you know what a watcher is?
Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
Oh my lord. You think you're going to be... He obviously thinks that, so none taken. Good, they don't... Good, they don't mean it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Oh, you're in the war. Saints' War, only one in my lifetime. A fella decides he's the living incarnation of Eothas, overthrows Red Caris, marches to Direwood, so we give him a Direwood and hello. What's a Direwood and hello? We blew him up. Hello, boom. Who's Eothas? God of Rebirth and Redemption, formerly anyhow. Maybe they call him something different from where you're from. Why was your headman hanged? Got involved. Redrick sent man down here the other day, said they had it in good authority someone in the town was working with Kulsk plotting Redrick's overthrow. Said if it didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward, so Swithin, he's my headsman, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree, bound to happen sooner or later, if not for plotting against Redrick, then for protecting me. Okay, fair. Well, I need to go somewhere. I've got things to do. I've got 3 camping supplies. So if I go to this map here, so can I? How would I possibly? So I'm there. So how would I? Oh, of course, I have to go out the back, don't I? Oh man, I need to not have such a long break between playing this thing. Okay, so do I go straight for it, or do I want to talk around these horrible people some more? Don't mind me, I'm just walking through. No windmill. Do I want to go to the windmill? Oh! It's all kicking off in the windmill. We know there's more grain in there, Trumbull. We won't settle for scraps while you grow fat on our crops. A muffled shouting emerges from inside the mill. The first of you drunkards comes through that door gets a shot between your eyes. Gods hear me. Swainer, I'll put you down like a dog. Come away for now, lads. But we'll be back, Trumbull, and we'll have fair prices, or by the flame we'll have a reckoning. Investigate the feud. Hello? Oh, he just lets me in. It's probably somebody else, it's fine. An elven man stands before you. His relatively stocky build suggests a life of labour. His face is pale and drawn, and his eyes wide. Behind him, a younger man and woman exchange worried glances. The miller raises a club as you enter. It shakes violently in its grip. Get back, if you value your life. Or I could do a resolve thing because I'm so tough. Hold on, I'm not here to hurt anyone. He hesitates. Who are you? Is Swainer roping foreigners into this little crusade now? My name is Fiesty. I only just arrived in Gilded Vale. He shakes his head. You picked a bad time to come visiting. Gilded Vale's had all its shine scraped off. Just a big dung heap now. And Swainer thinks he's king of it. They're all mad. They're all of them mad. What was all that ruckus? Where to begin? Swainer's whipped them up into a froth going on about the grain stores. Claims I've hidden almost all of it as way. All I do with the grain is sell it. I can't create it out of thin air, and I can't hand it out for free. I pay the farmers for the crops they bring in, and I sell what comes out of the mill. Most of it goes to the Black Hound on the west side of town for ale, and Swainer and his lot sure don't mind that part. You take a look at the fields on the way into town. The crop's blighted, and most of what I'm getting from the farmers, Trumbull gestures to Saxon containers, has gone off rotted through. I can't pay top prices for blighted wheat, and I've barely got enough good grain to go around. Swainer's howling after things he has no right to. If you don't want them in here with torches, maybe you ought to stop lying to me. I'm not. Look, it's no lie. The stores really are low, and with so little grain going around, I had to raise the prices for some people. There are folks in this town that deserve far better than Swain and his lot. People have done more than Gilded Vale. People like the magistrate? I can't do anything about that, Trumbull says, his voice quiet. That's just how it works. Maybe things are different elsewhere. Here, Redrick's men, they keep the village safe, so they eat well. Oh, I can't do that one now. I'm not resolved enough. Ugh. What do you mean? Swainer, the rest, there have always been troublemakers, loud drunken fools. That woman with him, her soul traces back to Drydon, that wretched brigand, and it shows. We have good people in this town, people still hanging out onto what's left of it. They deserve a little more, that's all I'm saying. I see. I had other questions. I don't think I'm actually going to get anything from this. Resolve the feud between them. Man, I've got to do everything around this place. Do I have to do everything? Okay, so we're looking for a group of ragtag mofos. Oh, boom! Bang on. Okay, come on everyone. Come on, square up to him. And be like, what?
Good day to you.
Don't know who you are and don't much care. Keep walking. We're not here to attack with foreigners. Careful, looks like they're cut from the same cloth as those rowdies who attacked me. Smells like it too. Right, I saw you outside the mill. What's going on? Well, someone fancies themselves a meddler, eh? What about it? It's about Tumble thinking he's king of the town. And account he's got the mill to his name. It's about him barely giving us anything for the wheat we bring him, and then cutting our purses when we need to buy grain. It's about farmers going hungry while some bastard gets rich off our crops. That's what it's fucking about. Now shove off. Woo. He's miserable. What if I buy you around? Will you talk to me then? Oh, I'm not buying you bugger all. Maybe I could talk to him for you. Ha! You think you get through to him when we haven't? The man's thick as a peat bog. Here we got his soul red. Found his kin used to grow sonrid trees for their Adrian lords up until they figured out their side was losing. Explains why his knees still ache to bend to whatever lord or lady crosses the road. He'll be holed up in that mill for days, the coward. The dwarf eyes you consideringly. But here, if you want to give it a shot, then good luck. We'll owe you one if you manage it. Back to the mill! Up to mill. Oh, food can't be used in combat. What a shock. You're fighting away. Hang on, no, stop fighting. I'm just going to have this sausage. Nom 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 nom. Okay, carry on. Okay, Mr. Trumblepants.
Good day, stranger.
You're back. What is it? I spoke to Swamer. And what did he say? He says you're treating the farmers unfairly, raising prices and giving them rotten stuff. Of course he does. He's been saying nothing else for days. The man's delusional. If he wants grain, he'll have to pay for it. Oh, I can't intimidate him or anything. Where to begin? Swamer's whipped them up into a froth. Claims I've hidden most of it. Oh no, don't tell me this again. Seems like a pretty keen story for a messy situation. It's not. Look, Swamer's always been a rotten bastard, but the store's so limited. Maybe I save the good stuff for people who deserve it. After her, for instance, she's expecting a child. Shall I let her starve instead? Do the villagers know about the grain supply? Some, the innkeeper for instance, it's better not to worry anyone. I'll be trading for supplies soon enough. If we can just keep things calm until then, we'll be in the clear. The innkeeper? I wouldn't drink the ale, is all I'm saying. Ugh! I have to talk to Swamer then. I'd be grateful if you did. He won't listen to me anymore, but maybe you'll have better luck. Tell him we're all having a hard time of it, and we'll all have to make some sacrifices. We'll be in your debt for it, if you can convince him. Right, I'm not going until I've told him. Stop fucking about. Things is things. Back to the inn! I wonder if all side quests are going to be like this. Come on. Walk! See how I can't make them sprint. Oh, don't look good with his book. Go, Alof, go! That's pretty cool. Now don't get in the bucket. Can I get in the bucket? Ooh! Yoink. Stolen it. It's all mine.
Well met, friend.
About this trouble with the miller. Hair off, Rabbit. I haven't anything else to say to you. Oh man, do I have to buy them a drink? Fucking hell. Fair enough, you bring us something wet to wet our throats and maybe I'll feel up to trading words. Ugh. Pain in the arse. Hello, Pasca.
How do you do?
It's never too early for a drink. I'd like to buy a round for those fine fellows. Fine fellows, you're having me on. Anyone fighting, I'll have to ban Swamer from the inn entirely. Until then, it's 6 copper pieces for the lot. Here you go. Right then, here. 3 drinks for 3 fools. Just take care with them. They're a hot-tempered bunch.
Good day to
I bought the drinks. Hey, so you have. By the flame. I never thought I'd be so happy for a mug of the Blackhound's shit beer. Gods, that's good. Alright then, we've got in my attention. What is it you've got to say that's worth a round of drinks? Okay. Oh, I could attack him. Maybe tell me what's going on. There's no sense in threatening the miller. You will have... You have him up against a wall. Maybe you'd ask for some of the other villagers to help. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. You so much as raise your voice to that family again, and I'll hang you from the windmill blades for the crows to eat. Boom! Oh, hey, hold on there. So Swamer raised his hands offensively, eyes big. No need to get nasty. We won't go near the miller. Blazer, we haven't done a thing to him. We're just hungry is all. It looks like it isn't changing. You want to side with that rotten bastard? You go right ahead. You and this whole fucking town. Boom! Was that the right thing? I don't know. It's all politics. Politics is tricksy. I mean, the richest people in town will usually get the most stuff. It's just the way of things in this sort of world. The main thing is we've done a quest. Boom! I'm here to talk to you. Hello? Talk! Oh, they're slow buggers. Boom! I haven't done any combat yet. Oh man, I'm going to have to do like 2 or 3 videos with no combat in at all. I did it. I did it. I convinced them to leave your family in peace. Why, that's great news. I wasn't sure you'd get through to him. They're out of their minds with drink half the time. I owe you a great debt. Here, he pulls a coin purse from his hip and pushes it towards you. Today's earnings, to show my appreciation, and you can be sure I'll let everyone know what you've done for me. Do you know what? I'm going to be like super nice. Keep it. You've had enough hard time already. You're a generous soul, friend, and we'll have you to thank for making it through the coming year. Safe travels, and may you find favour with the gods. Boom! Oh, I didn't read the thing at the side. I think I've earned renowned. Because I'm so bloody nice, I'm a lovely, wonderful person. You've earned a reputation. Reputation can be held with communities or factions in the Eastern Reach and will affect how members of that group respond to you. In some cases, friends or enemies of those groups will also react to your affiliations. Helping a group will increase your positive reputation in that group. Harming a group will increase your negative reputation. It is possible to have a mix of positive and negative reputation with a group if you help and harm them in equal measure. Okay, sounds sensible? Of course it does. So now I reckon I want to... Where's the... here we go. Is this it? Is that what that means? Does that mean the map? Moo cows. Hello. Who's this guy? Has this guy got a name? Villager. A lot of people name Villager. And that's the map. Yes! So to get down to... Can we go straight there? Oh, I can't get there. Oh, do I have to go this way? Oh, you have to go to Eston Wood. And then I can do this convoluted path down here. Why can't I just go blip blip? Oh, man. Okay, well, that is for next time. Whew. Quests done. No combat, but lots of quests doing. Well, yeah. So that's Pillars of Eternity. Thank you very, very much for watching. Please leave a like if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe if you want to see more that I'm doing. And I shall see you next time. Bye-bye.